So we begin.
Just
Hello, yeah. Hello, friends. It's me, Murari Jha, and with me, uh, I have Harpreet ma'am. Both of us are working in Delhi government as a mentor teacher, and recently we got an opportunity to attend 2-week-long program at American Center, and the program was about making school students friendly, and there we were trained about how to use different pedagogic practices to address the gender-based violence and how to make it a safe space for the students. So we have decided to have some conversation. Harpreet ma'am, it was great being with you for 2 weeks. And I feel that whenever we get a chance to reflect, to have conversation, it also brings back a lot of nuances that we might have missed while we were attending the class. So like as even Megan, let me name her, that she was our facilitator, an expert with more than 25 years of experience in international education and particularly in gender education. So what was one biggest takeaway that you are excited to share?
So Murari sir, as you said, I believe this 2-week training, it has been quite motivating for us also. As you said, talked about the nuances, the way they unwrapped, and I was very amazed that though having such a varied and long teaching experience with me,
Yeah,
the way those things unraveled before us, and we are facilitator, make she proceeded with the whole thing. I would say that one very important takeaway is that first of all, anywhere we want to create any change, or if we want to bring in some changes, we need to create a safe space first.
right.
And that was one safe space it was created. And most important was the focus, how she brought us to the focus that how we as change makers, as educators, can bring about change in our classes.
That's amazing. So you brought two very distinctive and interesting point, that one is safe, and that we could see that all of our participants were able to speak, to share. That could only happen when the space is so safe and the space is encouraging, empowered, when where one is not judged. So that is space Megan created, and that is, you are absolutely right, one of the biggest takeaway. And this is what, as a facilitator, perhaps we need to create for our teachers and students when we take it to our schools. And the second point you mentioned, that was, can you remind me again? I just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our focus point, in fact.
Focus point. Yeah, absolutely. So through the weeks, we remain totally focused. That's what we are doing, right? That's amazing. That's amazing. So what do you think that the skills that we gained through the 2 weeks, do you think that we are now confident enough to take it to the grounds? How those skills are going to help us in our context, in our situation?
As you also realized, and we had number of stimulating discussions after, during, and in between sessions also.
Yeah.
The thing being that it's very important for us to motivate. If we are creating a dialogue, either it's with our teacher or either with the community, that the MIPA, motivation, and then how we inform them first, them information, so that the context is built up, which is backed up by evidences, and it has some, you can see it's standing on a good scaffolding. That research with us, the data with us, and put it into practice first. And the way we all practice during the after the sessions, is how we take it to the application part. So I felt very empowered as a facilitator, and I also realized that as an educator, I have way too much of knowledge. I am not delivering content, facilitating.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's a big difference. Often what happens that without such kind of training, when we go to a group of people to facilitate. We just feel like we need to transfer some content that we are carrying. But
Yeah.
here in this training, we learned that this is not the case. People have the content. It's basically how to use it and how to apply it that does matter. So that is interesting point. And you also referred about MIPA, that is motivation. So for any group to receive something, it is important to create a background, a base, and that motivation comes very first, and then information, yes, the right information from different sources that Megan carried for us, and now we will be carrying for our teachers. And obviously it's the practice, and I found that during the practice, uh,
Mhm.
when they actually come to understand that how it is going to work, because in the classrooms many of the times we are not able to address the situation because we do not know how to intervene at that particular point of time, as we realized during our practices there at American Center when we were doing it. So very beautifully you have briefed MIPA, which are going to be. Uh, Harpreet, I would also like to know, do you visualize any specific challenge that we are going to face? If you could name it, and you can also name a particular skill that we learned here, which is going to help us, deal with that situation specifically. Yeah,
Actually, what's most important is that every culture or every society,
yeah,
like we need to mold these trainings or whatever in
mm,
our cultural context.
right.
I believe gaining confidence first and creating the need,
Mhm,
just creating the need, making the community as well as the educators with whom we are
mhm,
going to take it forward. First
mhm,
thing is that they should themselves realize the need.
right.
We are living in the 21st century, wherein the world is talking not just about male, female. Now we are talking in terms of maleness and femaleness.
Mm,
This is the two new terms that I believe we learned also during.
yeah, yeah, true.
The challenge that I see is that for the other to whom this training is geared to,
Mhm,
first thing is that I would rather create that
yeah.
kind of storyboard for them.
Mm,
They are able to understand the need for the same.
right.
Now, I believe they do not know what's out of sight is out of mind.
Yeah,
Like they need to realize first that this thing is prevalent.
yeah,
Gender and the two articles that
yeah. As I also wrote that as given, something which is natural. Yeah,
exactly your articles are quite powerful when they question. First, you
yeah,
beautifully summed up, Murari.
yeah.
Uh, in your reflective diary, you write about how we need to understand that I'm quoting your words here because I love reading what you write and
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
in print, and that's a super job that you are doing.
Mm,
So, when you write that gender is a social construct,
mhm,
so far, like as one of us said also, that
mhm,
when we need to like divide between, we don't even realize right now that
mm,
like the biological sex is different from gender.
yeah,
One of us said that
mhm,
sex is between legs and gender is between the ears.
mhm,
So this is also this demarcation I think
yeah.
to be put across.
Mm, fantastic. I just found out in my mobile that the takeaways that I generally highlight. So one
Mhm.
is I was totally mesmerized by the classroom management that Megan had,
Yes.
and I feel that at some point of time in my career as a teacher, I would like to have that kind of classroom management. And the way she ensured 100% participation, and she ensured to elicit responses from almost all the participants. That, as you mentioned, it is only possible when we create such a space which is non-judgmental, which is safe. And I also found that the content that Megan shared with us, that was curated extremely well, and it was like highly contextualized, and she brought it from different sources. And I think this is the responsibility again for us, that when we take to our teachers, we also need to curate, bring new materials as per our context. And the most interesting thing I visualized, that when we were reading the case studies, it was
Mhm.
situating us in a case, and that was giving us the micro view. But at the same time, when we were talking about the legislations, particularly the UN charters, which were mandating certain rights for the children, that was taking us to a macro view. So this this movement, this flip between the micro and macro, that was so magical in Megan's class. Do you agree with me?
I do agree with you and beautifully worded by you.
Yeah.
In fact, internet has made the world truly a global village.
Yeah.
So today, we are able to learn from various places, and it has cut short that the its space has been cut short, and
Yeah.
learning. As adding to what you said, the
Mhm.
way Megan, she had cited the
Mhm.
various, the code of the rights of the children, and then how she empowered us also. You talk
Right.
about UN, and we need to know about
Mhm.
what are the rights like UN has given to the children.
Yeah.
They are supported even in the Indian system. We talked at length that
Yeah.
we have those like some laws are there which help children, and
Absolutely.
rights that also like that gives us a good sounding board. Like
Yeah.
this thing, it empowers us that we are not alone in this.
Mhm.
We are being ably supported.
Yeah.
So
True. True. Absolutely. So I think we planned it to keep it a very short conversation, and
yeah,
we are excited and looking forward to take it to our teachers. And at that time, when we'll face the field and we'll face the challenge, we'll get back again for conversation. We'll reach out to Megan for the help.
yeah,
And
definitely, definitely.
I think, Harpreet, both of us would like to express our gratitude to American Center, RELO, our own Directorate of Education for providing us such wonderful opportunities.
In
And
fact,
this
adding
is,
to that, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, please go ahead.
and this is the issue which need very continuous engagement. This is not a kind of one-time interventions that we receive, we will go and give. It will require a regular engagement with the field, with our teachers, so that through the years we will be able to create such a space where such conversation will begin, where we'll start challenging the notion of that given idea of gender.
That's true. The given idea of gender, really, we need to create not just like challenging will happen once
Mhm.
we are able to catalyze our teachers to think about it.
Absolutely.
Because anything like the notion of the gender,
Mhm.
now it's not sacrosanct. I
Yeah.
need to tell them, and not just tell them, make them realize that
Mhm.
the world is dynamic right now,
Yeah.
and so is gender.
Yeah, and I would also like to tell that, and you are so passionate about this. So it was so enriching being with you in the class, listening your
Same here,
stories.
same here.
These were so, inspirational. I would say these were
Thank
giving
you
us
so much.
a fresh perspective. Yeah. So, any
And
final word you would like to share? Then we'll just close it.
I would say, Murari, you are a Fulbright scholar, but along with you, you have a good, we are all being ably supported by DOE, our Directorate of Education. And we would like to send a message to Megan, to American Center also, that we Delhi mentor teachers, are,
Yeah.
like we are the torch bearers.
Yeah.
New educational change, the radical change that we are having in the education system here. So we are all passionate and we are driven. And as they say, that teachers are the torch bearers of a thinking society. So
Yeah.
we are on that path only, on
Yeah.
continuous thinking path. So as
Thank you.
he said that we will keep in touch and we'll definitely be looking forward to more support as we start our challenges on the field.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Harpreet, for joining me on such a short notice for this conversation.
Yeah. And it
Thank you
has
very
been my pleasure to talk to you again on like connect again. And now I think we would love to speak this language more so that this
absolutely,
time reaches maximum.
absolutely. So here I stop the recording. Thank you.
Okay.